This is my first video of, I think I'm going to make this a regular on this channel, just like I've done the PC builds as regulars, and I'm now doing the deal pickups as regulars. I want to start doing these videos where I just play with this cool hardware I have. So this is a recent pickup that I did a couple weeks ago. I finally got it all set up the way I want it and can actually use it, not just try to get it set up. So what we're looking at today is my new, technically it's not new, I got a deal on it on Facebook Market, but this is my new Samsung G9, I think it's a G9 Odyssey. I think they have the Odyssey name on it. It's an LG G9 49-inch ultra-wide OLED. So let's take a look. I can just barely, okay, let's do this. Okay, so that's the screen. I got a really cool Star Wars background on it right now. So before I show you a little bit of, what it's like to actually use this thing. Oh, look, if I set the camera here, ooh, you can see the whole thing. We might have to do that. So I want to show you guys a couple things about this because I think if this video gets any views at all, it's going to be people that see what it's like to use a 49-inch ultra wide. And so I wanted to show a few things that I have done with this monitor to make it kind of a little more practical. I think these monitors are fundamentally impractical. I'm not a huge fan of the super ultra wide. If I really wanted that, I would use my dual monitor setup. I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's great for productivity. I'm finding I prefer two monitors rather than one big ultra wide. But that being said, I know some people like them. So I'm going to show you a few things. So the first thing I want to show you guys is this. So in order to use these things, in my opinion, you need to get it far away from you. So what you can see here is, so with the way my setup is, you look at the wall there. I can't put it on that wall because it's just, I can't get it far enough away. Same thing with that wall over there. I can't get it far enough away. This is the only place I have where I have just open space. So to make this work, and I really do need, so when I'm sitting, basically like, dang it. Oh, come on, go level. Camera does, okay, there we go. So I need it to be that far away. So I need multiple feet between me and the monitor. So the way I did this, now this is not something you can actually even buy. I had to kind of sort of build this myself. So what we have here, is a monster monitor arm. I'm trying to get it to where you can actually see the whole thing. I guess I'm gonna have to do this. So, see how long that is? I believe I have it set up to where it's got 4 feet of horizontal distance. And that was what I needed because I needed to be able to sit in front of it with it right dead center. I needed 4 feet. And see, and here's the thing. So I'm running a glass desk. This would, in theory, be simpler if you're not running glass, although I would still have had to set it up this way because I do my builds on this desk. So I would constantly be having to remove the mount, even if I could mount it to the desk. So, and for anyone that wonders if you're looking at something like this, this is the Aries wing on Amazon. They run $60 to $90 depending on deals and sales and stuff. It's the only one I found that can do it, but then I had to buy 2 more of them because to make this happen, I had to pull, kind of can't see. I'm trying to get enough light here for you to see. There we go. So this part, gosh darn it. And there goes my light. Why did my light just fall over? That was ridiculous. Okay, so this here is kind of just an extender. Each Aries wing arm of the wall mount, I had to get the wall mount one, comes with, sorry, I didn't mean to stop there. I accidentally hit the record button. So anyway, each one of these monitors, or each one of these arms, comes with one of these and one of these. You need, to make what I did happen, you need 2 of this. So I had to strip 2 of these out of 2 other arms. Now, that doesn't make this part useless. I actually have like my 38-inch ultra wide mounted up there. I have mounted on one of these with only this part and not the extender because I don't need the extension on that. I could not find a commercial product that was this. Maybe it exists. I'm sure somebody, if a bunch of people see this, are gonna be, oh, you get this one or that one. I looked everywhere. I could not find one I liked. So this is what I ended up doing. It works. I'm not interested in doing something else at this point. This works. It does have a huge AC plug. The reason that I did this is because it's the power cord isn't long enough on this thing to go all the way to the wall and down. At some point, I may snip it and manually extend it by putting in some wires and extending it, but I didn't feel like doing that at this point. So that's the setup as it sits now. So let's pull this back. Okay. I kind of want one more extender possibly, but okay. So let's actually use it. So I like it as far away from me as I can get it and still be centered, which is basically about like that. So let's pull something up. Let's just do this. Anyone that watches my stuff knows that I am the most basic bitch that you can get when it comes to my gaming. So let's pull up Fortnite. So in order for this not to be impractical, and in order for it to actually be usable, to actually game on, my opinion is you need as much distance between you and the monitor as possible. And as you can see right here, let me see if I can get it centered. So this is actually a reasonably accurate representation of what I'm seeing. Like I really am this far away from the monitor. So it really is far enough away that it's not like you don't have the monitor way far out from your field of view. Like I can actually see the whole monitor. It's approximately, I don't know, it's probably a little bit less it's slightly less within my field of view as my 30-inch when I'm sitting in front of the 30-inch. With it a lot closer, but it's not as far. It's not as much as you would think different. It's probably a very small percentage different, but there's definitely, there's a little bit, it's a little bit wider, but I can take in the whole monitor when it's this far away. So I definitely would recommend if you're going to get one of these, I wouldn't recommend it if you can't get it quite a ways away. I couldn't do it. It was hurting my eyes. Like my eyes were hurting, to be honest. Here, I'll see if I can play for just a minute and actually show you guys the gameplay. Come on. This actually shows up on camera really well, too. I should kind of surprised that. It's probably the OLED. It just shows up well on camera, I'm guessing. Come on. We're going to go over here. Hopefully we can... I'm not that good, so all those guys that just jump in and just go at it in the first couple of seconds, I'm just not that good. And I feel like it's a time thing. So it's like, it takes 2, 3, 4 minutes, maybe as long as 5, 6, or 7, but it just depends on the day and the time and all that. But it takes long enough to get into a game. I don't want to constantly be sitting there. I want to spend more time waiting in the lobby than I do actually playing the game, you know. It's funny. The monitor actually comes off on video as brighter than it actually is in front of me. But yeah, if you don't have it far enough away from you, like if you look at, kind of put, see, you would have to do that. See the mini map up in the corner? Like you don't want it so far or so close to you that you're like looking left and right trying to see your like your UI elements and stuff. It's just maybe other people feel differently than me on that. I don't like having to do that, so I don't have much volume here. So we'll see if I can not get totally killed by people who are able to come at me because I can't hear them. Ooh, what's this? Whoa. I'm surprised there's like no one here. So it's actually it's a fairly nice experience once you get it this far away from you. And it took me a while to figure out how to do this too. Like I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make this happen, but anyway, though, I'm not going to let this run forever. I want to keep these videos around 8, 9, 10 minutes, something like that. So I'll leave it at this. I think you guys can see the what it's like to actually use it. So I hope you guys found this interesting, and thanks for watching.